Well, one of my biggest frustrations in being a pro-life activist and also a talk show host that addresses this not only on my program, we address it on the Catholic View for Women and in my books. And when I came, I was pro-choice for a long time. I was away from my faith, and then a whole new world was revealed to me when I had to actually do some interviews on an abortion story in Michigan where I was working as a journalist. And one of the most frustrating things for me is that I didn't know that there was so much help available for women. I didn't know that so many women and men were affected negatively by their abortions. And so when I realized this, here I was, talking about being truthful, supposedly in my work as a journalist, but I really had no clue about the truth of the fallout of the abortion industry. And another story that's a lie that's been perpetrated on us, especially last week in the so-called Women's March on Washington, is that feminism is all about, quote unquote, reproductive rights. The whole idea of feminism has been now reduced down to abortion. And I, for one, as someone who considers herself a new feminist, under the direction and studying the works of the great late now St. John Paul II, I've had it with that. Feminism means so much more. And to talk about that are two feminists with us, Feminists for Life more specifically, Serrin and Sharon. So thanks for joining us. And very frustrating for those of us who truly believe in real feminism, true feminism. How do you talk to women? You have to pray for them because you see there's probably a lot of anger and many of them may be post-abortive, especially the ones who were out last week. How do we reach them and tell them about what real feminism is, do you think?
Well, first of all, I think it's important for Feminists for Life to help us share the rich pro-life feminist history that began with the first wave feminists, Susan B. Anthony, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Alice Paul, who had a grand march up and down this avenue to the White House. She said abortion is the ultimate in the exploitation of women. And the first wave feminists, they wrote about abortion probably the third most often topic because it was so important to them. They knew that women were dying from abortion, but they also believed in the right of the unborn child. So they were working on this on two fronts. What do we do to help mothers, and what do we do to save those children? So we're very proud to follow in the footsteps of Susan B. Anthony. There's been a lot of controversy about her lately. Feminists for Life was informed by Alice Paul herself, the original author of the Equal Rights Amendment, that we weren't the first pro-life feminists. Even though we were started a year before Roe v. Wade, we found out that we were not the first, and we got the documentation, and then we've been sharing it with the pro-life movement and with feminists. And the other thing I think that's important for us as board members is that we have earned our stripes as feminists. We've worked on violence against women, poverty issues, child care, child support. Our college outreach program has inspired many other groups to work on college campuses because as real feminists, we have a way to communicate with students and bring our pregnancy resources to campus. So I think the way to communicate is not be screaming at each other. It's to work with each other behind the scenes and in front of people and say, we can do this. And then you find their interns coming up to our interns saying, tell me more about Feminists for Life.
And feminism is so pro-women. That's what, and the pro-life movement is so pro-women, true feminism, because we do care. If I hear one more time and get one more message on Facebook about all you care about is the baby, as if that's not important, obviously. But the women, we do so much for women with these pregnancy resource centers and other efforts to help with some of the issues that you were talking about.
Woman-centered solutions, practical, real support and resources for women. I invite everyone to go to feministsforlife.org and check out the accomplishments tab. Year after year after year for over 20 years that Serrin has been president of Feminists for Life. And we won't stop. We've got more work to do. We're here.
Right. And we are marching. We've got to go. We're almost out of time, but thank you so much and keep up the great work.
Say one thing. We like men too. We're happy feminists and we like babies as well.
I like men too. I'm married to a wonderful, 33 years I've been married to a wonderful man. You're welcome. Thanks for your work and Feminists for Life. God bless you both. Back to you, Lauren.